Hello, boys and girls. So, if there's one thing about the Trump presidency that just kind of gets me every fucking time, it's whenever Trump says something that's 110% correct. No two ways about it. And the left either disagrees with him and doubles down on disagreeing with him in a spectacular fucking manner. Take the Haiti shithole comment, for example. Which, hell, I don't even think he actually said that. I mean, he might have, but I believe when that was going on, it was just, somebody claimed that he said it, but there was no real evidence of him calling Haiti a shithole. But anyway, so whenever that happens, that just kind of gets me. And yesterday it happened again. Now, yesterday, Trump called a meeting with some California sheriffs, and then this happened.
Mr. President, sheriffs in California are now in an untenable position when it comes to trying to figure out. Now we have state law, we have federal laws, and here we are stuck in the middle. Sheriffs especially, because most of us run our county jails. When there became a legal challenge to the 48-hour holds for ICE, it was very frustrating for us. So what I did is I invited ICE to put their officers in my jail so they're able to do their work. We didn't have the staffing to be able to help figure out who they wanted to talk to, who they didn't. I said, come on in, work with our people to keep our community safe. 2 weeks later, Mr. President, Kate Steinle was murdered. Yeah. Now, I wasn't the only sheriff to do that. Sheriff Youngblood did, Sheriff Christensen, and it was perfect because we didn't have to take our time with our staff to do anything. ICE was in there doing their work in a safe, controlled environment, and then the initiatives started happening. The Trust Act, the Truth Act, and finally, SB 54, the Values Act. And that is causing us all kinds of turmoil. So here we are, stuck in the middle, trying to decide. We have federal law, we have state law, and that's why I welcomed Attorney General Sessions' lawsuit, because that will provide us clarity that we need and direction that we need. What do we do? Because here we are. And I appreciated Mr. Holman and the ICE. We had a great relationship. We still do. But now ICE is the only law enforcement agency that cannot use our databases to find the bad guys. They cannot come in and talk to people in our jail unless they reach a certain threshold. They can't do all kinds of things that other law enforcement agencies can do. And it's really put us in a very bad position. It's a disgrace.
And we're suing on that, and we're working hard, and I think it'll all come together. Because people want it to come together. It's so ridiculous. The concept that we're even talking about it is so ridiculous. We'll take care of it, Margaret.
Thank you. There could be an MS13 gang member I know about. If they don't reach a certain threshold, I cannot tell ICE about them.
We have people coming into the country trying to come in. We're stopping a lot of them. But we're taking people out of the country. You wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people. These are animals. And we're taking them out of the country at a level and at a rate that's never happened before. And because of the weak laws, they come in fast. We get them, we release them, we get them again, we bring them out. It's crazy. The dumbest laws, as I said before, the dumbest laws on immigration in the world. So we're going to take care of it, Margaret.
So, now that you heard the clip, you heard the full clip, you heard what Trump actually said, you got the full context, right? You heard what he was talking about. He was talking about MS13. Okay, so here's an article from the New York Times, archived. So, Trump calls some unauthorized immigrants animals in a rant. Oh, God. By Julie Hirschfield Davis. Oh, Julie. And she's probably redacted this by now, at least if she has any journalistic integrity whatsoever. She redacted it. But I doubt it. And even if she did, you know what? Fuck that shit. She deserves to have this rubbed in her face like a dog that took a shit in the floor. You rub their fucking nose in it, and you hope that they learn from it. Which, given how fucking hard-headed... Sorry, gotta light a cigarette for this one. But given how hard-headed the left-wing media is, hell, the whole left in general, given how fucking hard-headed they are, they're not gonna learn from this one. So anyway, by Julie Hirschfield Davis, Washington. President Trump lashed out at undocumented immigrants during a White House meeting on Wednesday, warning in front of news cameras that dangerous people were clamoring to breach the country's borders and branding such people as animals. Mr. Trump's incendiary comments came during a roundtable discussion with state and local leaders on California's so-called sanctuary laws, which strictly limit communication between local law enforcement and federal immigration officers, in which the Trump administration is suing to invalidate. It was hardly the first time the president has spoken in ugly and racially fraught terms about immigrants, but it underscored his lingering rage about immigration, the animating issue of his campaign and his tenure so far, and his frustrations that he has not been able to do more to seal the nation's borders. As he has in numerous private meetings with his adversaries at the White House, Mr. Trump used the session to vent his anger at the nation's immigration laws, calling them the dumbest laws on immigration in the world. He exhorted his administration to do much better in keeping out undesirable people, including members of transnational gangs like MS13. No, that's all he wants to fucking keep out, you dumb bitch. That's all. Furthermore, okay, I don't give a fuck if they're Mexican. I don't give a fuck if they're Norwegian. I don't give a fuck wherever they come from. Even if they fucking come from Canada. Okay, if you got a large group of people coming into your country, common sense dictates that a few of them are going to be bad apples. I mean, that's just common fucking sense, Julie. Anyway, you know, as you can imagine, it doesn't stop there. You know, no, because, I mean, there's a few other figures in the left, namely people like Nancy Pelosi and some of her peers that just had to open their cocksuckers. Let's take a listen and look at what they had to fucking say.
People, these are animals. The President of the United States. Every day that you think you've seen it all, along comes another manifestation of why their policies are so inhumane and why we have to continue the debate, striving for bipartisanship with openness about what is at stake and what the choices are, and to be unifying in every way possible. Calling people animals is not a good thing.
He insulted us once again. So here's what I think. I think clearly the president wants a war against Latinos and against immigrants. And that's why he expressed himself that way. Let's remember, you might make that distinction between members of MS13 and the rest of the Latino community and the rest of the immigrant community. I assure you that most of Americans don't make that distinction when he says we're animals. Just like most Americans don't make the distinction between the 90% of Latinos that are here in this country legally, citizens of the United States.
But wait, there's more. Okay, and this was a retweet from old Chuck Schumer. Senator Cortez Masto, I guess that's how you fucking say his name, at Real Donald Trump. Would you speak that way about your ancestors? Let me tell you something. When you attack immigrants, you're attacking me. You're attacking my grandfather who crossed the Rio Grande to pursue the American dream. Okay, Senator. So So, your grandfather was MS13. Your grandfather was MS13. Alright, let's take a look at what these motherfuckers did, okay? Because I'm pretty sure that these dumbasses, Senator Cortez Masto, fucking Fancy Nancy, and Cuck Schumer, I'm pretty sure they don't know why somebody would call MS-13 a gang of animals, would refer to them as all animals. Let's take a look, shall we?
And screaming. This teenager with a gunshot wound was rescued after being found dangling from a rope on a busy highway. Another man next to him wasn't so lucky by the time rescuers arrived, and a third was found dead below. In what's thought to be another case of drug gang violence, a group of gunmen stopped traffic at 10 in the morning to hang their victims. One of the men had a cell phone taped to his hand, a possible symbol they thought he was an informant. Meanwhile, in another attack, 13 people were killed at this drug rehabilitation center. Centers like this one are a known target for rival drug gangs, as they're often used as a place to recruit members.
General Jeff Sessions, the most compelling person we met by far was a former hitman for MS-13. Thankfully, he defected from the gang and sat down with us for a long interview. We asked him a bunch of questions. How does the gang recruit its members? How many people did he personally kill? Does his mom know? How easy is it for gang members to enter the United States? Critically. He told us all of that and more. The interview is part 2 of our series, Hunting MS-13. He speaks Spanish, by the way, so we edited the interview for clarity. When you were 14, what was your role in the gang?
I was a soldier, a foot soldier.
What does that mean?
A trigger man. A trigger man. That means to kill.
How old were you when you first killed?
I was 15 years old. That was my first homicide.
Who did you kill?
I killed this salesman. He was informing the police, an informant for the police.
How did you kill him?
I stabbed him to death.
Why did you do that?
I had to follow the rules. The rules are within the gang.
How many people did you kill?
I've killed quite a few. Quite a few.
Did you know any of them?
Yeah. I even killed members of my own gang, and I've killed relatives too. My relatives. And that's to follow the rules, the gang rules.
What do your tattoos mean?
Where I come from, having tattoos mean it's like a pride thing. It's pride, like representing a peacock, like you're proud of yourself as a man, especially the M and the S, those letters, because within the MS-13 gang system, as time passed, or the time when I came from, you have to earn it. You have to earn those. And you earn it by killing people, by taking actions, committing, like beheadings, a lot of things.
How did MS-13 make money?
By terrorizing, by extortion, and by drug dealing.
Did you make money?
No.
So you killed because you were loyal?
That's right.
Did you ever go to the United States?
No.
Do you know MS-13 members who did go to the United States?
Quite a few of them. I know them.
Do you have tattoos on your face? Underneath your eye and across your forehead. What are those?
This is for my mom. And this on my forehead is for the ranking I had within the gang.
And what was your rank?
I was a trigger man, a soldier trigger man.
Does your mother know that you were in MS-13?
No, she didn't. I didn't grow up with her. She died.
How do you feel now about killing so many people?
Now that my head, that I'm assured that I've reached this age, I feel bad.
Do you think you'll be forgiven by God?
Por Dios. Yes.
Are you a Christian?
No, but I believe in God. I believe in God.
How hard is it for an MS-13 gang member to get into the United States?
It's easy.
How do you do it?
I never wanted to go to the United States.
But your friends who did, how did they get in?
They have their passes, they have their people. There are Mexican MS-13, Guatemalan MS-13. And when someone from the MS-13 in El Salvador wants to travel, they just ask for a pass, the permission to someone, a founding member who's been here who's been in the States or here, and he will take over.
Street gang, MS-13.
Many of those killings happening in New York, Suffolk County, and Brian went out there to find out how the community is handling a situation that is quickly spinning out of control.
And by the way, Suffolk County, New York is under siege by MS-13 on Long Island. Maybe people think of Suffolk, they think of the Hamptons. This is not that. But now the parents of two of their victims are taking a stand, speaking out against the criminal element wreaking havoc in their working class community.
Why is it important for you to see this every day, this being your living room?
It's a reminder of being a good parent.
Nisa Mickens' MVP trophies still stand proudly in her parents' living room. Now, a memorial to a daughter murdered just before her 16th birthday. Last September, Mickens was walking with her best friend, 16-year-old Kayla Cuevas, when they were ambushed by MS-13 gang members. The reason? A disagreement on social media.
Whatever was going on between Kayla and them, it shouldn't have gotten this far.
It festered. It just festered, and I guess they made arrangements to put a hit on her, and my daughter's not going to leave her best friend.
MS-13 is believed to be responsible for 15 homicides in the last 16 months in Suffolk County, and at least 8 of the victims, high school students.
The thing happens after school, where there's no supervision at all, and that's what scares the kids. Because usually I can sit here and I can see the kids get off the bus and run home. They used to walk home. Now it's like, boom, I'm out of here.
Kayla's mother, Evelyn Rodriguez, says students are being tormented by gang members.
I know she was having problems in school for the last 2 years. I've been going back and forth with the school district in regards to that she was being bullied, targeted. Everything that you can think of what these kids are going through nowadays at the high school, it's happening.
MS-13 is one of the most dangerous and rapidly expanding criminal gangs in the world. They have at least 30,000 members from countries including El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico.
There's no question that there are people who have come to this country illegally who were MS-13 in their native countries.
Since September 2016, the Suffolk County Police Department has arrested more than 125 MS-13 members.
They often threaten people. So if you're a young person, you don't speak English, you're here for the first time, you don't have a supportive social network, and a gang member says, hey, we can provide that for you, and by the way, if you don't, we'll kill you. That leaves very little choice for some folks.
But we all watched stunningly as a surge of children started coming across our border without unaccompanied.
The problem is you're seeing a large number of children placed in discrete communities, no notification to local governments, no additional funding.
This is not gang on gang. These are 2 athletes, students, with great ambitions against bloodthirsty gang members with no future, who aren't even looking to do anything but wreak havoc in people's lives. How do you deal with that? With a lot of patience. A lot.
They took the best thing that we had, and I'm not going to let her name go in vain. I will fight for her to the end, for her victory.
What's victory? Getting MS-13 out of this town?
Try to keep Brentwood safe.
Those are the monsters that they are defending. You know, sometimes I think, I wonder, you know, if all these people on the far left, you know, if they ever stop and think to themselves, You know, maybe we should stop doing all the shit that we're doing. Maybe we should stop all the virtue signaling. Maybe we should stop taking shit out of context. Maybe we should stop turning molehills into mountains. You know, I wonder that, then as soon as I wonder it, something like this happens, and you know, it confirms that, no, that thought never crosses their mind. You know, because this is the reason why people are leaving the left, or have left the left. This is the reason why Trump is in office. And they don't get that. They don't get it. And quite honestly, now I'm starting to believe that they never will. Hey guys, Red Triangle here. Welcome to the end of the video. I'm glad you made it. Anyway, if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and most importantly, comment below. Not because I want my stuff to hit the front page of YouTube, but because I genuinely have an interest in what people have to say. Thanks for watching, and peace.